Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time, but we would like to hear any decisions they made or whatever blessing they received while they were camped. So we're going to ask them to come right now and take that time. And then once we're through hearing from the blessings they received, then we'll receive the altar. Where's my fearless leader? Oh, he's got. Did you see how he said I'm going first?
All right, camp was pretty amazing. The food wasn't as good as last year, so we're not complaining here. But camp was greatly. I mean, the preaching was amazing. Pastor Ernie Merritt, what he spoke about, all the services were great. The service that really spoke to my heart, he was talking about 5 different types of Christians. And he was pointing out how some Christians, they blend in with the crowd. If someone gets hot for Jesus Christ and is on fire, they'll get hot for him. If someone's cold, they'll get cold. And that's what really spoke to my heart. It's just being that person that is contagious, that really affects other people's lives in the Christian walk. And he talked about pride. I mean, we can't revisit it. They had other people preach. And a guy talked about pride and it really spoke to my heart. It was just all around. All the messages were great, and it was amazing.
That was great. I don't know about you. Honestly, I don't know. I only had one bad meal, and that was the last day. The French toast was a little burnt. But it was good. Anyways. Had a lot of fun, met new friends. See what else, what did I do? We pulled a lot of pranks, I admit to that. No one got mad at one of them, it was okay. What really spoke to me, there was 2 messages. The 5 types of Christians, there's the Cathedral, where you blend in to the crowd. There's the Christian that doesn't like to show it at all. There's the cold Christian. There's the contradictory Christian. There's the contagious Christian. And all the points he was bringing up, and honestly, this is pretty bad to say, I am the one that doesn't like to show. I'm the one that blends in with the crowd most of the time. Like, I have a lot of friends that I blended in with them and I tried sticking with them, but they weren't good for me. And like, I look at it now and I pray for them, but they're all out there and they're not doing too good. And that really spoke to me. And the prideful one, one of the other pastors, what was it? The other special pastor that came up? Yeah, a youth pastor came up and he was telling us about how it was him and his friends and they're in the car and they're messing around. He was I had a really big thing with pride, and he was we had a gun in the car and they're messing around, and I guess they shot at a car, and all of his friends blamed it on him and said they were sleeping. One of them said they told him not to do it, and he said he was going to do some serious time. And he said once he got it right with the Lord and he brought down his pride, he said the judge dropped all the charges and told them forget like it ever happened. And I do have an issue with pride. I am always really prideful with Mr. Jeff. I always have competition with Mr. Jeff. Yeah, but how are you speaking about it? Like, pride brings you really, really down really fast, and that just really, God spoke to me and wanted me to get it right with Him. And besides that, it's pretty fun. I had a lot of fun. We brought sticky notes, and we got one of the wrong buses from a church. We sticky noted a church van and like just up from down. And it was a pretty good prank, but I got the wrong church. I hit the wrong church. It was pretty fun. A few of these kids got saved. That was really great. I brought my friend Steven along with me. He got saved. I was really happy to hear that. I hope to bring more people next year and just keep on.
One of the things that I liked what the pastor said was to be someone that God created you, try not to be someone else. You should be thankful the way He made you. And it was fun because every time we was getting milk in the morning, we was drinking all of us, still the girls' milk, and we always get caught. It's funny.
So the camping was really good. Remember last night the breakfast was really bad. The bacon was rubber. Like it was really good. But like the messages were really good, but like these kids spill a lot. Like every time we would have water, they would spill. So like no one, he asked for sippy cups, but they didn't have it. So like, and yeah, no one got heated the last night. I put a packet of jelly in his shoe. He actually squished it, stepped in it, squished it, and he got heated. He threw the guy's clothes outside. But anyway, what the Lord spoke to me about was the chameleon Christian. Like it really spoke to me because at school, I wasn't really like the one that would stand up for Jesus or anything. Because people would make Jesus jokes and stuff, and I wouldn't say anything about it. I wouldn't laugh, but like it really spoke to me.
Yeah, me and Nolan were looking for some sippy cups at the teen camp, but unfortunately teen camp doesn't have sippy cups, so.
The thing that I liked at the camp was the tournaments and the food on the lunch. And the thing that I liked what the pastor said was to be yourself, and that the Lord made you what you wanted to be, and that who you really were, or who you really are. And the tournaments I liked, but we lost all of them because we weren't good at it. When we were playing football, we lost it, but then both of our players switched teams and they won. Angel was the quarterback, throwing it at Levi, threw it at me. I missed the ball. The other team smacked it out of my hands. So we lost.
Alright, so Aliana said that the Lord really spoke to her about being herself and not being like others and just being the kind of Christian God made her to be. Alright, so Aliana said, or Sienna, Sienna. Such close names. So Sienna said that she had a fun time playing the games, and she said that the message really spoke to her about was respecting her parents. There was a devotion that he spoke about how, before at this camp, before you guys go into any of these messages listening, you guys need to make sure you're right with your parents and you're right with the Lord.
What really
spoke to me was about the different Christians, and I felt like I'm more of a chameleon Christian trying to fit in with the crowd. And yeah. I had fun at the camp, and I learned that I let Jesus and God into my heart while I was at the camp.
Amen.
And I learned from there to like listen more to my mom and her problems and not just push her away.
And then, Grandpa, Pastor, you want us to have the counselors come up real quick and say a word? Or? All right, if I could have my counselors come up real quick.
It was a good time at camp. The kids, some of them were misbehaving some of the time, but anyways, they really listened to the preaching. Just watching them during the services, it was great to see how well attended they were to the message, and not just them, but all the campers. And they participated in the sports, and all the campers did, and it's a great spirit up there. There's a lot of kids that really love the Lord. You don't really see kids in the camp that are totally rebellious against everything. There's always a great spirit with all the kids. And I just want to say that they did a great job listening. Every night we asked them about the messages, and they had something to say for all the messages. So we knew that they were listening and taking it to heart.
Amen.
Well, there's really a lot to say, but I'm just very thankful that I got to be a counselor this year and got to just be there around the Spirit and around the godly influence up there, and just to be away from just the distractions of this life. I am at the cabin devotions, I would always get mixed up with all of the preaching because it was all so good, and I just kind of lost track of which night was was which, and he would always laugh at me. But I was just so thankful for all the preaching, for just the lesson on be who God made you to be, and that there's no one else like you. Because I feel like a lot of the times insecurities and distractions come up in our lives, especially teens, and it's important to show that for them to be, that they're beautiful the way that God made them. They don't have to change. They don't have to be someone they're not. And just to be a good soldier, because that was the theme of the camp. To be a good soldier that God called us to be, and to just keep on keeping on.
That's right.
Like I said, there's a lot to say because there's a lot that was covered, but it was a blessing.
I really enjoyed this year. It was really different to go as a counselor. Instead of going out at night trying to steal other cabins' shoes, I was actually trying to get them to stop putting stickers on other vans and stuff, and trying to get them to bed. I had one rule. They kept it though. It was don't fall asleep in chapel and you won't have a bedtime. So, all right. So, what the Lord really spoke to me about though is Pastor Merritt. He spoke about what Angel said, like with he went through a whole message where he spoke about the chameleon Christian, all these other. Well, he named the concealed Christian, and I was listening to the message and I was it's good and all that. But when he got on the concealed Christian, it was really speaking to me because he spoke about how when he was a young boy, he used to pray at school before lunch, and when that lunch would come, he dreaded it. He hated it because he didn't want to pray in front of people. So he said he was going through all the various ways to pray without people recognizing it. He's like, oh yeah, the old gnat in the eye. Lord, please bless this food to my body. As everybody else doesn't see that he's doing it. Or he said the tie the shoe trick. You bow down, Lord, bless this food to my body. And, he went through all of them, and what's sad is that was me, and actually that has been me. At work, lately at work, they know that I'm a Christian, but I haven't gone to I haven't tried my best to let them know why I'm a Christian. And they may know that I'm a Christian. They know that
I go to church and all that, but I want to start letting them know why I'm a Christian. And so that really spoke to me about not being a concealed Christian. And I think that completes all of our testimonies, so thank you.